What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Jeremy and this is Jeremy's Wild World. So just before we get into discussing what today's video is going to be about, just want to mention why I've not uploaded for the past couple weeks. Basically, like I mentioned in my previous video, guys, I'm in my second year of university and it's getting quite busy now. So that's basically what I've been doing for the past couple weeks, just preparing for an exam, doing some other university work too. But now that's all done and dusted, I finally have some time to sit down and make some videos for you guys. And that's what we're going to be doing today. Rehousing one of my stunning scorpions, the Pandinus imperator, also known as the Emperor Scorpion, a true gem in my scorpion collection. Last time I rehoused my Gigantometrus swamadami, who is now settled into her enclosure, and today we're going to be rehousing my Pandinus imperator. Now this is also going to be a review video for Exotic Enclosure's new enclosure. If you guys didn't see my Tauntauns pickup video, that's basically where I got this from. Really excited to try it out as it's a similar design to the Swell Reptiles ones, but a lot less ventilation, so I want to see how they do in comparison and then maybe shift over to these Exotic Enclosures ones if I like them. So yeah, basically that's going to be the video, guys, showcasing this enclosure, rehousing this absolutely stunning Pandinus imperator female, and yeah, pretty much that. So before we get into today's video, guys, I just want to quickly say that according to my YouTube statistics, a lot of you guys who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more, click that subscribe button as well as the notification bell down below so you guys don't miss out on future content. Now without further ado, let's start off today's video by showcasing this absolutely stunning Pandinus imperator. So to start off today's video, guys, like I mentioned, I wanted to showcase my stunning female Pandinus imperator. Now these are commonly known as the Emperor Scorpion. Now they used to be quite prevalent within the hobby, coming in often as wild caught, but since becoming protected under the CITES Act, I believe they're under CITES Appendix 2 at the time of recording this video, but I might be wrong. Do let me know in the comments below. They're no longer allowed to be wild caught, so whatever's in the hobby now is what's here, and luckily enough for me, I have this large female as well as a smaller male that I'm growing on. But yes, so nevertheless, as you can see, she's in a plastic tub at the moment, just so I could have monitored her feeding behavior, etc., as she came in from a collection from my friend. So I just wanted to make sure she was doing okay. He's had this girl for a number of years and I'm really excited to be able to look after her and hopefully pair her in the future. But enough chit chat, let's pop open this lid and we'll take a look inside, shall we? And of course she is not visible at the moment, but nevertheless, let's just discuss how I've been keeping her. So basically a really basic setup with my topsoil peat moss mix dried out. Since they are an African species, they don't like as humid as other Asian species that you would commonly see in the hobby, like the Heterometrus genus. I've also had some moss in here, but she seems to have decided to tear it all up, and it appears she's hiding under this piece of wood here. So let's just take it off and give you guys a show. Take a look at her. How stunning is she? So I'll just quickly zoom in so you guys can have a look. But yeah, look at that. Absolutely stunning. The texture on the pedipalps is incredible. The iconic big red tailson and the serration on the tail as well. And she overall is a really healthy specimen. The pedipalps aren't normally this brownish, like a maroon color. When I first got her in, she was actually freshly molted. She was still fairly brown, darkening up, but she's doing really well. She's had a great feeding response with me, so I'm really excited to be able to rehouse her into a better enclosure display wise. Pandinus imperator are really easy to keep. It's just, like I said, they're not as common as they used to be, so encouraging captive breeding is definitely something I would encourage. There are a few breeders here in the UK that are currently working with them, and hopefully I'll be able to work with this girl in the future to hopefully give some offspring out into the UK hobby. So yeah, that is my female Pandinus imperator. Now that you guys have had a look at her, let's unbox the Exotics enclosure that I'm going to be rehousing her into and take a look at that. So now that we've had a look at my stunning Pandinus imperator, let's unbox this Exotics enclosure that I picked up at the show, just to showcase what it looks like. So if you guys didn't watch my Tauntaun video, I got the large Terra version of this new style of enclosure that I'm starting to make. I'll be leaving some links down in the description below to Exotics enclosures, so definitely go check them out. If you're at the shows, I'm pretty sure they're at all the invert shows this year. They'll probably be at the IHS if you guys are going to that show as well. But yeah, so I don't have my knife, so I'm using this TSS hole puncher to open this box. You know, whatever works, you know. See? You don't need a knife, you just need something sharp. But yeah, let's crack open this box. Take a look inside. Ooh, packing peanuts, lovely. Alright, so here is the enclosure. I'm going to make a mess. Proper fixed in there. Oops. Oops, sorry about that, guys. The lid just slid out. Okay. Alright, let's put this box on the floor. So we'll take a look at this here, shall we? So this is the Exotics Enclosures version of what I was using prior, which was the Swell Reptiles. As you can see, their logo is just here. Exotic Enclosures. Again, I'll leave some links down in the description below. I quite like the look of these. They look really, really nice. And what's nice, the main thing that attracted me to these when I saw him upload them on the page was the amount of ventilation. Now, the Swell Reptiles ones, they're great. The clarity is good. The acrylic is a really good quality, but I'm not a fan of how much ventilation is on the top. It's pretty much covering the entire lid. If you guys haven't seen my Gigantometrus video, that's why I rehoused her into. And what I liked is that it's reduced, and Tim actually let me know that if I wanted less ventilation, he'd be able to do that for me. So I'm going to see how this enclosure does, and I'll potentially be switching over to these in the future. But yeah, and then again, ventilation on the sides and back for that cross ventilation. And again, what's really nice is that this whole front part here, so if you had them stacked up, which these are stackable, you can see the Scorpion without having the ventilation blocking the way. And yeah, so what I'm going to do once again is I'm going to be doing a time lapse of setting up the enclosure, and then I'll get these this Pandinus imperator rehoused into here. So I'm going to start doing putting the lid together. Oh, also it's magnetic at the front. There's no magnets in the back, so I quite like that. Still going to be secure, and it's not going to be like, super fidgety, I guess, with the lids. It just slots in, and then you just put the little plunger inside. But yeah, so enough chit chat. Let's cut into the time lapse of me setting up the enclosure for my Pandinus imperator. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed seeing that time lapse of me setting up this enclosure, and here is the final product. As you can see, it looks really, really nice in my opinion. Really happy with how this has turned out. The quality of this enclosure is just as good, if not slightly better, than the Swell Reptiles. I am a bit biased because the Swell Reptiles is second hand, so this is a fresh enclosure, so obviously it's going to look really, really nice out of the box. But I'm really excited to see how it does in the long run in terms of maintaining humidity and stuff, because I've already noticed with the Swell Reptiles that it dries out quite consistently. But yeah, so let's just talk about the enclosure. Like I mentioned before, I kind of just went over it briefly, but the magnets, so on the Swell Reptiles they have magnets all back here, but with Exotics Enclosures they just have the one magnet just here. As you can see, it's not going to focus, of course it's not, but nevertheless, again, I'm really excited to see how these enclosures hold up and whether I'm going to switch them in the future. So, talking about the actual enclosure for the Scorpion, so obviously I put my topsoil peat moss mix in here. As you can see, I really do like this mix. It's great for holding humidity, etc. And it's light, it's not super heavy, so it won't be too hard on the acrylic. As well as some decorative pieces. So of course I have a live plant in here, which is a lemon lime pothos. This is a really nice plant here. Don't know if this Pandinus is going to tear it up. As you did see in her previous enclosure, she did tear up the moss that was previously in there. Did put some nice fresh moss in here also. Scattered some leaf litter and some aquarium pebbles in here just to give a little bit of texture on the surface of the substrate. And then of course a nice big hide for her, which looks really nice from the front. So yeah, that is the enclosure for this stunning Pandinus imperator set up. Now let's get her rehoused into this enclosure and see how she likes it. Alright you guys, so for the final part of today's video, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this style of video. Again, if you want to see some more rehousing style videos like this in the future, do let me know down in those comments below. But nevertheless, we're going to be now rehousing my Pandinus imperator female. So what I've gone ahead and done off camera is get her into a Bra Plus tub. As you can see right here, just to show you a size comparison in compared to my hand, she is huge. Definitely one of the largest of the scorpions within the hobby, but I do personally think Gigantometrus is just that slightly bit bigger than this species. This female is just absolutely stunning, and she's not super happy at the moment. As you can see, she's quite in a defensive pose, but I just wanted to give you guys one last look before she gets in. When they're younger, their telson, which is the stinger part of their tail, is white, and as they grow up it turns into this lovely red. And again, she's just absolutely stunning, and I'm really excited to see her settle into this enclosure. So let's just think what I'm going to do is get her in this way, therefore she goes forward and hopefully find herself into this enclosure here. Oh, so sorry big girl. Let's give her a couple taps. Oh, feisty, love that. There you go, that's it. Oh, not liking that. But again, I'm not touching her too hard, just encouraging her out. And there you go. Nice and simple rehousing. Let's see if I can, there we go. Lovely. And look at that, straight into her hide. Again, scorpions are not the most keen on light, so obviously just want to get away from it as soon as possible. But yeah, so how was that, guys? Absolutely fantastic. She seems to have already loving her cave. I will hopefully get a little clip of her feeding before this video comes out. But nevertheless, hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. It's good to be back making content, and hopefully I'll be having a few more style videos coming up in the next few weeks. This month of March, at the time this video is going to come out, I'm not going to be going to the Barnsley show, but the next show for me is going to be the London show, Capital Invert show. But yeah, so that's pretty much the end of today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let's get into the outro of today's video and end it there. So that pretty much wraps up today's video, guys, on me rehousing my Pandinus imperator female into her brand new exotics enclosure. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. It looks absolutely fantastic. I love making planted enclosures for my animals, although most of the time they do tear them up. She's probably going to rip up that pothos like she did with the moss in her previous enclosure, but nevertheless it turned out really nice, and I hope you guys enjoy watching a time lapse of me setting it up, because with that I don't have to focus on getting specific angles and stuff and chatting. I can enjoy setting up the enclosures, which is one of my favorite parts of the hobby, such as setting up these display enclosures for my pokies. But nevertheless, really fantastic video. I'm really hoping you guys enjoyed watching it, and I'm looking forward to releasing more future content for you guys now that I have some more free time. Hope we're going to start stacking up some videos so you guys can have some weekly content on Friday like I always upload. So anyways, guys, that's the end of today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I really appreciate if you would hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell down below so you guys don't miss out on future content. I would really appreciate if you guys would follow me on my social media also. That's Jeremy's Wild World on Facebook and Jeremy's Wild World _ on Instagram. I'm really active on there, posting pictures and videos of the animals and inverts I keep when I don't upload on YouTube. So that's all from me today, guys. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.